In honor of Sonic the Hedgehog's 30th anniversary, I'm going to talk about the creation of one of my favorite Sonic games of all time, Sonic Riders. Now, I'm not Matt McMuscles, but I've done some research, and I think I can retell the story of this game's development pretty well. I hope. Our story doesn't actually begin at SEGA, but at Visionscape Interactive. You probably don't know who they are, but they were the team that created the pre-rendered cutscenes for the game Sonic Heroes. After they finished the cutscenes, a small team put together a small prototype Sonic game they wanted to pitch to SEGA. You've probably never heard of it. It was called Sonic Extreme. Oh, I'm sorry, Sonic the Hedgehog Extreme. There's a great Did You Know Gaming video that goes more in depth, but the short version of the story is that SEGA saw the pitch, liked the idea of Sonic on the hoverboard, and then decided to develop their own game while leaving Visionscape Interactive out to dry. SEGA, making disappointing decisions since 1995. But enough talking about how bad SEGA was, and debatably still is, let's talk Sonic Riders. Unfortunately, there isn't a lot of public information about Sonic Riders' development on the internet. Remember, to most people, Sonic Riders was an unremarkable Tony Hawk cash-in that was overshadowed by the triple train wreck that was Sonic 06. Interestingly, the game was developed not just by Sonic Team, but also by Now Production. And since Visionscape's prototype was dated May 27, 2003, and the actual game came out on February 1st, 2006, it's safe to assume that the game was actually developed sometime in between mid-2003 to late 2005. The game was directed by Kenjiro Morimoto and produced by Yuji Naka and Takashi Yuda. Sonic Riders was also Yuji Naka's last Sonic game, and he was the one who wanted the game to have its futuristic extreme sports theme. The opening cutscene was animated by Production IG, and oh crap, I'm just reading off the Wikipedia article again. Yeah, like I said earlier, there isn't a lot that's publicly known about Sonic Riders' development. I searched the internet for clues, but the best I was able to find were scans from an old Nintendo Power interview on SonicWorld.net, and a false statement saying that Mario would be in the GameCube version. Wait a minute, fun facts! I can talk about fun facts! Fun fact. The Nintendo Power interview makes no mention of Visionscape's Sonic Extreme demo. When asked about the inspiration for the game, Takashi said that,
"When we were thinking about a sport Sonic himself would like to participate in, the only thing that came to mind was boarding."
Fun fact. Around 9 months after the console versions, a PC port was released. And like a lot of Sega's early PC ports, this game had some general glitches, graphical issues, and some missing sound effects. This game's biggest claim to claim? It only has 2-person multiplayer when the console had up to 4. Fun fact. Despite the fact that Mike Pollock voiced Dr. Eggman in the story mode cutscenes, a lot of Eggman's in-game voice clips were used from the Sonic Adventure games. In those games, he was voiced by the late Dean Bristow. The same thing happened with Wave for using some of Blaze's voice clips from Sonic Rush, but since they were both voiced by Erica Schroeder, it was a lot less noticeable. Or at least it was to me. I've never actually played Sonic Rush, so I'm not the best judge of character. Fun fact, if you use the Hang-On or Super Hang-On bikes, the Sega's OST will change from a song from each bike's respective game. Fun fact, even though all the Super Monkey Ball characters got their modern redesigns, I still don't like, in 2005, this game still uses the classic Aya design despite releasing in 2006. Fun fact, this was the best game to come out of Sonic's 15th anniversary. That sounds like a lot, but when your competition are the games Sonic Genesis and Sonic 06, the bar is set really low. Fun fact, this game still has an active web page. Sort of. All the website's content uses Flash, and since Flash has been discontinued for months, I can't access the content. You might be able to find screenshots and video if you search hard enough. Fun fact, according to a Nintendo Power interview, Takashi Yuda's favorite character to play as was Jet, and his favorite stage was Green Cave. I wonder if that still holds up today. I'm more of a Jet and SEGA Carnival kind of... Fun fact! There's a fan-made update of the GameCube version called Sonic Riders Tournament Edition! It runs in widescreen, there's balance updates, and even an online tournament scene ran through Dolphin. Go check it out! I'd show off some of my own gameplay, but my computer can't run Dolphin. Fun fact. There also could have been a Game Boy Advance tie-in game developed by Backbone Entertainment. Yeah, it was called Sonic Extreme. Apparently, Sega gave Backbone around 3 months to create the game in order to tie in with the release of Riders, but when Backbone showed them their Outrun-style pitch, Sega was disappointed and wanted them to add more 3D elements, without giving the team extra time. And when the team said it would require a complete engine rewrite and be impossible to complete in the time frame, Sega canceled it altogether. Okay, seriously, what's with Sega and canceling games called Sonic Extreme? You could hand him $1 million, label in a box called Sonic Extreme, and then throw it out! Actually, Sega's almost never released games with the name Extreme in the title. The only game that's been released with Sega with the name Extreme in it was Initial D Extreme Stage. Just a coincidence.